Okay. Oops. Something's been happening. I think we are live for part three of the Forgiveness Festival. And it always takes a little time until, as I say, the grizzle goes away, picture gets clear. I see there's a couple of views. Can you just give me a little comment if you can hear me, if you can see me, if you maybe let me know if you've seen the first videos already, because it does always take a little time. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. So I take it you can hear me. I take it you can see and hear everything. I would love it because if you don't like, if you don't comment, put anything in there. I actually have no idea who's watching. Just I didn't know that until recently. Which on one hand is of course very good when it comes to data protection. On the other hand, it's nice to see who's in these workshops. Hi, Marion. Brilliant. While we're waiting for the picture to clear up and everybody come in, hi Steffi, let me know, have you been taking anything away from the last, from part one and part two? Is there something that you took home that you could implement already? That would be wonderful to hear. And just drop that in the comments. And then we start straight away. I think we're good to go. So welcome to part three of the Forgiveness Festival. I used to call it the Power of Forgiveness, 3 steps to, but everybody's just been calling it the Forgiveness Festival, and I kind of like it. Just keep it sweet, keep it simple. And again, I wanted to thank you for watching and for your comments and for your messages that you've been sending me, reaching out, telling me, what's been going on in your heads, asking me the questions. Especially with a platform like this where you don't really get the straight feedback from me. That's amazing to actually hear what's going on. And hi Betty and Jane, you said you missed them. You should have gotten them if you're on the email list. You should have gotten them there, or just scroll down on this Facebook wall, and you'll find module 1 and 2. They were all this week, Monday and Wednesday and today. So that's the Forgiveness Festival. And so just thank you for helping me get this word out. And we will cover a lot of things today, and I want to get a bit more practical because the big question was, so how do I actually do it? A friend of mine said, I'll be so intrigued to see how you actually use this, how you work this. And I do forgive you for missing it, and I hope you forgive yourself for missing it, Jane. But before we start, I want you to make a decision. I want to make yourself a promise. Because we know knowledge won't take you to where you want to go. Implementation does. You've got to take the steps. You've got to do the work. I've been, this is something that has annoyed me for many years in some of my friends and colleagues, and I think it annoys me so much because I recognize so much of myself in it, that I've just been consuming and consuming and learning and learning and learning, but not really been taking the steps and implementing them. And real change only happens the moment we do, the moment I started implementing all those changes. So, hi, Danny. So, if you showed up here today, if you watched any of the last videos, chances are that you already know that stuff is holding you back, or that there is more in life that you want to gain, that there is another place where you want to go, as in not in travel, but that you want to expand, that there's more freedom. So make a decision today, that today is the day when you look back in 3 years' time, that you did something different. That you look back and you can say, I can honestly say I let go of my back holders and I changed something, and therefore I am happier today, I'm more trusting today, I'm freer today. Give yourself the promise, or it's your decision of course, but have a think. Why don't you, if you want to give yourself the promise to not look back on the same pain in 3 years' time and you go, well, I've been holding on to this for 20 years and now it's been another 3. Make that change today. Start implementing it. And as I said, of course, the decision is for you. And for those who are here for the first time, you know me, I look down because I've got my notes down here. I always like to say that, otherwise I feel uncomfortable. I have seen people drop their anxieties, their fears, their blood pressure through this work. I have seen people create better relationships, their dream jobs, their dream roles, and open doors to opportunities they never thought was possible. I stumbled across a testimonial today from a German national team footballer who actually, that's on my website, who said many things in my career wouldn't have been possible for this work. He's talking about the whole body of work, not just forgiveness, but even on that level, imagine how much is possible if we release the baggage that we carry around. So, little recap. In the first video, I hope, is that good? Usually when we're on Zoom, you can give me a little thumbs up. So I hope this wasn't too harsh. I'm usually not very harsh. But we need to make that decision. I don't want to sit here in 3 years and have the same status quo and go, well, I'm looking at the same pain, nothing's changed, because I haven't changed. So anyway, in the first video, we debunked the 3 big myths around forgiveness. Please go back and watch this. And we looked at why people find it so hard to even start to forgive, to even start opening that door, because they just carry around the wrong beliefs. And then in the last video, we looked at the 5 different steps that we can take in order to create true forgiveness. This is how you start the process. Of course, there's this big bubble that, there's so much to this whole formula. But if you take these 5 steps, you can create drastic change. The first step was get your intention right. What is it you actually want to achieve through the forgiveness? Let it be, I want to be free to love again. I want to trust again. I want to get my money back. We'll get to that later. And then through that, get clear on what you actually want to forgive, because very often we don't know. We're just angry. We don't know. So get clear on your intention, what you want to let go and where you want to go. The second step is then address forgiveness as a multi-layer thing. It's not just that one big incident that happened. There's many, many different splinters in there, many different angles in there that you want to address and that you want to have a look at. Again, go back to the videos, and I'm really diving deep into this in the second video. But this is so important that we create the space for something new to happen. If we want to create something new in our lives, we want to create the space for it first. And if we got a room full of baggage, we can't put any more furniture in there. I was thinking about these hotel rooms where, these tiny little chambers, and, when you have to check out at 11, but your flight leaves in the evening, and you put your suitcase in there, and sometimes you walk in there and it's just baggage over baggage over baggage. And sometimes this is how people walk around. You got to create space to put something new in. So it's a multi-layer thing, and we want to address it from different sides. Third step is see the other point of view, or see the point of view of the other person, or even yourself. Again, I'll get to that later a little bit deeper. But once we understand, I like to say, once we understand the dynamic or the mechanic, understand the root why someone behaved the way they behaved, or even why we behaved the way we behaved, changes the whole perspective again. So diving into at least trying to see from their point of view, walk in there, as I always say, walk in their flip-flops for a mile. It might change, it might not. It might be easy, it might not be easy, but it's a good place to start. And in some cases, it doesn't work, and that's okay. Just very important to understand as well, or to know that. Then step 4 is make your statement. Say it out loud. And the statement is, I forgive you. And I know those who know my work have heard this sentence many, many times. In the beginning, will this feel like a lie? Most likely. As someone on Wednesday said in the comments, the first time I tried this, it was so weird. Yeah, because it feels empty, it feels shallow, it feels dishonest. But it's a step you have to take for yourself. So make that statement. You visualize, and I'll show you later how we do this. You visualize that person. They're not in the room, they don't know what you're doing, they don't have to be present, and you say, I forgive you. I hold no anger back. I hold no unforgiveness back. I hold no resentment back. Whatever feels right to you. And I am free. And I now reclaim my power. Now you can swap these sentences around. You can use other words. The important thing is that you make the intention, that you state, I forgive you. And it might be that you feel really uncomfortable. I've seen this, people started burping, people going, I don't want to go there. Because we have that belief that it's bad for us to forgive. But once we go through this, you will be feeling far more free than you have ever done it before. I have never seen it otherwise, but it does take some practice. And then the fifth step is reclaim your power. And by that mean, I just set the anchor, visualize, go into a vision of what if. We're linking it back to where you started when I said, why do you want to forgive? Where do you actually want to go? What if this actually works? What if they pay me the money they betrayed me from or for? What if my relationship heals? What if I'm now free to trust new business partners? Because we need the positive anchor. We need the pin in your navigation system, in your GPS, to where you want to go, rather than just keeping the foot in the pain. So this is very important. And then we rotate this. And today we look at how you make this your own. So this is what we covered in the first two videos. And today we look at how you can make this your own. It's very important that you keep doing it. So when I send a questionnaire to my email list, and it was very interesting, the questions I was getting back from people, on that list, there are questions around forgiveness and what they needed to know and their fear around it. And one thing was, what if it comes back? If it comes back, we haven't done the full work yet. As I said last time, it's like you clean the house and you get it ready, you get that muggy, messy building ready, and then you only have to clean the corners every once in a while. But sometimes we missed a rusty drain pipe, or sometimes we missed some mold on a wall, and then we just have to go a little bit deeper there. But the overall body of work sits and stays there. So if something stings with a G, you go back and go again. Ask the question again that we dove in last week or last Wednesday. What is it that still angers me? Because there might be, of the many splinters you had on your hand before, there might just be one left that you didn't see, or that needed to take time. Because very often we think we can do it all at once, but our system needs to catch up. And if I have carried pain with me and a story for me and a belief with me for 12 years or 15 or 20, I can't do it in one go. Well, it's possible. I actually believe that it's possible, but the shift in our system is sometimes, it's just too much to follow. But it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier and easier. I had a case where I think with my last breakup, everything was good, everything was clear, I was happy. And then 4 years later, something popped up and I thought, oh, I wasn't aware of I was holding that anger. And then another, when I actually was teaching this course for the first time, something popped up and I thought, oh, there's something that I did in all of this that doesn't feel good. I need to forgive this as well. So the body and the system needs to catch up and your soul needs to catch up. So just keep working it. It's not a process you do once and then it's done, but it's worth repeating. It's like you don't just brush your teeth once and hope it's done. You keep cleaning it. But the thing is, you're not keep cleaning the same thing. You're just deep cleaning more and more. And then a friend of mine said, "Oh, he's enjoying the series." And I asked him, "So what are you taking away?" And he sent me a couple of voicemails. And because I couldn't listen to them at the time, he then just sent me a very short message saying, very roughly summarized, what I've taken from the videos is that not to forgive only harms yourself and holds you back. And that's exactly down to the point. I heard this beautiful sentence today. I don't need to forgive anymore because I don't condemn anymore. Because we only need to forgive if we decide something was bad. But if we understand the bigger picture of all of it, I'm still judging probably the act that has happened, and I'm still bringing it to court or to the forefront. But if I look from a, dare I say, divine level, from a bird's eye view, the less I condemn, the less I need to forgive. That doesn't mean that it's not painful, especially when we're stuck in it. But I realized listening to this today, yeah, most things I forgive while they happen because I understand we're all just human trying the best we can, even if it's the most horrific stuff. And I know this will really rub up the wrong end with some people. But hopefully by the end of today, you understand what I mean, because even then it allows you to be clear again, to make better decisions for yourself. And then cut these people out of your life or make the decision what you need to do with this. This is why this is so important. Once you get this, everything follows. It falls into place. Then the whole forgiveness process is very easy. And another thing I heard today was, after you are used to feeling so good, you don't want to go back. You can't stand not to feel good. So I'm addicted to forgive. And the way I explain it, getting into the motions of it now, the way I always explain it, is like a wool. Yeah, I think in English you call it a woolen nail art. It's like a board where you have different nails in there, and then you combine it with different threads, and people create beautiful pictures. As in, you can create a bird or a heart, or you can create a beautiful picture, but you need to connect one nail by one nail by one nail by one nail, and this is how this works. I have to say, both courses, the master course and the forgiveness course, sent me a testimonial a while back, and I want to read this for you because this, we all think usually just in one thing, oh, it's that betrayal of my husband, or something emotional, but we can use it for anything. And she said, forgiveness was already a part of the 6-week master's course for me. It is the key to liberation, especially self-forgiveness. With self-forgiveness, I free myself from my own cage of guilt and shame. Since then, I forgive as often as well as I can, everyone and in all situations of my life. With the help of forgiveness, I have finally found peace in my family, settled my father's estate with initially intransigent or uncompromising institutions, found good solutions with difficult clients, and a positive bank balance. I am more patient, I hold hope, and I'm happy to soon be able to work freely and exuberantly again as a DJ. She says, DJ, the most wonderful result for me personally is that I trust my gut feeling 100% again, to live my magic fully again, to hear my inner voice and to follow it. I trust myself again. Now, and I will dive into this later, she mentioned settling the father's estate. So when someone passes away and you have to deal with all of this, some people don't want to pay up. Some people probably don't do what they have to do. And even then, if you keep hitting the same wall, forgiveness is one of the tools that can move the needle forward. I've seen this magic happening over and over again. So you can use forgiveness to get your insurance to pay. I've seen it. In the energy of the problem, you cannot create the solution. And that is the big problem. I want to say that again. In the energy of the problem, you cannot create a solution. And so if I'm in anger, and if I'm like standing in some situation where, let's say, my insurance doesn't want to pay for something I deserve, and I'm in this anger and I'm going into fight energy and I'm resisting and I'm creating a lot of pressure, I won't be able to access a solution. And forgiveness is one way to set me on another track to take a bird's eye view and then go, first of all, create a solution, but very often the other side changes. It's magic. It's absolute magic. Everything. Literally everything. And I want to show you three examples today. I know we're a bit tight with time, but I want to show you two or three examples how I walk through this. And now let's see if I can make this work here, because I wanted to share. And that is gone. I wanted to share something from my screen. So, but I hope you forgive me if I can't find this. I'll send it through later. Um, or I'll just post it under the video later on. So basically, it was just the 5 steps that we continuously rotate. And one is, the 5 steps I mentioned before. So if I have an example, for instance, let's start very, very easily. If I cross the intersection and the car almost hits me and just honks a horn at me, I'm someone who gets very angry and bursts out and starts shouting, mainly because I get scared, mainly because it shocks me. And that is a way for me to release. Now, it might be that now my day is ruined because, some bastard was honking the horns at me and almost hit me and scared me like this. This is a very simple example. I just want to ease you in. So the first step would be, okay, how do I want to feel? Get clear. How do I want to feel? Yes, I want to be calm again. I want to be peaceful again. I don't want this to infect and affect the rest of my day. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I hope I can answer them. So I want to let this go. Okay, what really angers me? He scared me. He disrespected me. He jumped. He made me jump. So the question was, what angers me? I then jump in, seeing the other point of view. And since I don't know that person, never seen him or her, I can only make things up. I don't know if he's just an asshole or if he maybe just got jumpy himself, or maybe he's on the way to the hospital because his wife is in labor, or his kid just got into a hospital, or he heard that somebody broke into his home. I don't know, and since I don't know, I choose what feels best to me. If I believe that's the person who just wants to harm others, it doesn't serve me. But if I believe he's probably just had a crappy day, or he's probably just he needed to get to the hospital for his wife, I'm instantly in a better mood. Then I go into the statement. Okay, I forgive you. I hold no anger towards you anymore. I let this go completely. I reclaim my power and I'm free. And I can even now feel how this settles me. And then I ask again, is there anything else that angers me in this situation? Yeah, I just walked, if I'm honest, I just walked across the street without looking. Kind of my own fault as well. So it probably saved my life and he had to react. Okay, other point of view. Yeah, I can forgive myself because I've been so stressed lately that I was looking at my phone, I was completely in my thoughts. It's not good, it's not right, but I understand why I did this. Then I make the statement. Okay, I understand. I forgive myself. I don't want to hold any unforgiveness, any anger back anymore. I reclaim my power from this situation now and I'm free, because if I could have done it better, I would have done it better. And then I ask myself, is there anything else that still angers me? And in this case, probably not. I'm settled, I feel easy. I've looked at both sides and now I connect to where I want to go and ask myself, what if I could be feeling calm and peaceful in 2 minutes again? And usually by that point, I am. Give me a little thumbs up. Does that make sense? Can you follow the routine? Let's go a little bit deeper. What if, oh no, that was myself. What if Let's go really deep, because I know that's a biggie. What if there's infidelity? What if I've been cheated on? You know, unfortunately, that is part of a lot of relationships, and it does harm a lot of people. Um, and you start again, 5 steps, and you always rotate the middle three. Get clear on the outcome. Either I want to feel free from this partner because that happened 10 years ago or 15, 20 years ago, or I want to heal the relationship and be open again. I don't want to be hold this against him or her for the next 10 years. That won't allow me to have a good relationship again. Now, the forgiveness piece, you set out with an intention, but the forgiveness piece will actually help you to make up your mind and get clearer again to then make a decision of what you really want. So let's say you have been cheated on. So let's say I want to heal the relationship. I start with that. I go into, okay, what has angered me? He deceived me. Let's stick with he. He deceived me. He betrayed me. He lied to me. Okay, I know that's a biggie. I know that's painful. And dealing with someone lying to you, someone that you trusted for so long, is a big one. So you go in and you say, okay, is there any way I can understand the mechanics behind his behavior? Is there any way I can understand his point of view? And as I said before, you might or you might not. For me, that is a huge shifting point in seeing, well, maybe I can understand that he needed to release stress. Maybe I did something that he couldn't trust me. Maybe I pulled out of the relationship emotionally before. Maybe he's brought up in a house where there was only betrayal and deceiving and all of this. This is not about showing understanding. This is just connecting the dots. That's all that is. And if you want to go, then further, you make the forgiveness statement. Remember, yes, he might have hurt you. This is for you. This is for you to get clear thoughts again. And if you're ready, you go, I forgive the person behind it. Doesn't mean I want you back. Doesn't mean I want you back in my life. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Doesn't mean I'm saying it was good what you did. From soul to soul, I can forgive you. I don't hold any anger, any unforgiveness back anymore. I reclaim my power from this now and I am free. It's the reclaim my power intention that you energetically state that completely plants you back. I know a lot when you're in that situation, that's not what you want to hear. You want payback. But it will move the needle. Trust me. You can still have payback. You can still make things right. You can still make a new decision, but you need to be in a clear head for this one. Then you ask, what else angers me in this situation? And you go, okay, I can see I was so wrapped up in my own problems that I didn't even see the signs. Or I trusted again. I knew exactly that he was cheating, and I trusted and trusted again because I didn't want to believe it. So there's a big part that you have to forgive yourself. And to keep it simple, use the same route. Imagine, in this case, you just speak to yourself. Okay, I see that you were so wrapped up. If you could have done it better, you would have done it better. I forgive myself. You can say, I forgive you, I forgive myself. I hold no anger, no unforgiveness towards myself back anymore. Get clearer, and I hope you're doing this maybe with me now in your scenario. And you ask again, what else angers me in this situation? And there might be that pops up, well, I'm actually angry at my parents. This might come out of nowhere. I'm actually angry at my parents because my parents cheated on each other, and this is the life I learned, and I'm pissed off that this is what they conditioned me to see and believe. Might be something that pops up. So you now do this. You close your eyes, you imagine your parents in front of you, you look them in the eyes, and you see their point of view. You try to understand their point of view. Okay, they were married in a different time. It was the 70s. You know, it was a time when you didn't divorce, when you just stuck it out. Where, you know, there might be some mechanics. Not saying it was good, just understanding the dynamic. And then you look at your parents in your mind's eye and you say, okay, I forgive you, even if it feels weird. I hold no anger, no unforgiveness back anymore. I reclaim my power and I am free. And just like this, piece by piece by piece by piece, falls off. Now you might have to repeat this 2-3 times in one go, and it might take half an hour the first time. But once you clean the big ones up, you will get a little bit addicted to feeling good, to letting go. I am definitely addicted to letting go instantly. Instant forgiveness is what I call this. And you just need to practice. It's a muscle you need to practice like anything else in life. And what it does is forgiveness will allow you to think clearly again, to then make a better decision. And if we stay with the infidelity bit, now you can make a clearer choice, not out of anger and hurt and pain, but a little bit elevated. Do I want to heal the relationship, or do I want to go because that trust is broken? Before, you're not in a space to do that. And then to end it, to round it all off, you go back into your what if. What if this heals completely? We trust each other. As you speak, I see all the work to be done. Yes, layers. Thank you, Jane. What if I can heal this relationship and we beautifully trust each other again, and it is a trustworthy relationship? Or what if I let this go and I'm completely free to now open up into something else? You need to set the anchor to where you want to go. I know we're already past the time. I know for some, this has been just enough for what they needed. 2 golden nuggets, another thinker, and off we go because I've done so much work. And for others of you, they want to and they need to go much deeper. So I want to just tell you that, of course, I looked at my big course that was called The Power of Forgiveness, and I restructured it a little bit and I retitled it most importantly, Freedom. It does give you freedom. And exactly that is why I retitled my workshop. So, you know, for some of you, you might be free and that's, you know, this is just a new thought. And for others, your room might be still full of luggage and you're not happy with the status quo anymore and you want to change finally. So I don't know what your decision was in the beginning of tonight. I want to invite you to look at the email I will send you tomorrow, and I will walk you through the new course, or the old forgiveness course, and it's now called Reclaim Your Power, the forgiveness formula for your personal success, freedom, and success. I changed it because if you don't know my work, for the people who know my work, they liked Power of Forgiveness because they know what it does. But if someone doesn't know me, doesn't know the work, they need more of where it takes them and not what it does. So keep an eye on your emails tomorrow, and I will send you a link to the 2.0 version of Reclaim Your Power, the old Power of Forgiveness. And I just want to close with a quote that my friend Dani said when she finished one of the courses. And she said in one of the video testimonials, if you want nothing to change in your life, if you want everything to stay just as it is, don't do this course. Train station, luggage drop-off room. Come collect your bags, please. Exactly. So, if you want to change something in your status quo, keep your eyes on the email tomorrow. And as always, I would love it if you scroll down, if you leave a comment when you watch this. Some people might watch this later on. Please, please, please state your questions. I'm sure I will do like a Q&A on Sunday, on Monday, where you can openly just jump in. We can do a couple of processes. And I hope you enjoyed this, even though I went a little bit longer than I wanted to, even though I couldn't share my PDF. It was so easy to do in the beginning. As always, I will send the PDF onwards. If you want that PDF, it's just a simple structure to show where you go. Go to guidoszymanski.com/festival and I will send that out straight away, probably tomorrow morning. And let me know if this helped you, if it gave you a new direction, or what your takeaways were. I hope you have a good night, and I see you tomorrow in your emails.